हाइड्रोजन और पीरियोडिक टेबल।
हाइड्रोजन होता।
अगर चेक करो, हम तो लग रहा है पीरियोडिक टेबल शुरू किए थे, बिकॉज हाइड्रोजन स्टार्ट करते फिर पीरियोडिक टेबल स्टार्ट किए थे, बोले थे ना कि हाइड्रोजन नहीं होता पीरियोडिक टेबल ये बिना। जैसे तो लास्ट क्लास सो चलो हम तो ये तो ये हुआ था जितना दूर याद आ रहा है, न्यूलैंड सॉरी ट्राइड लॉ, डबल ईयर्स ट्राइड लॉ हुआ था। আসতে হবে তো পাতাটা मिला। क्या करते हैं, रिस्पॉन्स भी नहीं करते हैं। पीरियोडिक टेबल स्टार्ट हुआ था, वाटर खत्म होने के बाद पीरियोडिक टेबल स्टार्ट हुआ था। हाइड्रोजन लिखते आते थे ना, देखो ये रहा।
यस सर।
और थोड़ा फास्ट रिप्लाई करो दोनों। चलो हेडिंग करो, न्यूलैंड लॉ ऑफ ऑक्टेव। न्यूलैंड लॉ ऑफ ऑक्टेव। The Newland's law of octave is the scientist John Newland, okay, scientist John Newland, who actually arranged the elements according to their atomic mass, okay, and found that arranged the elements according to their atomic mass and found that every every eighth element starting from the starting from any element, okay, every eighth element having the repetition of the properties, okay, having the repetition of the properties. Means he arranged elements like first element here, then second element, then third, then fourth, then fifth, then sixth, then seventh. Okay, and then eighth comes here, then ninth, then tenth. Okay, so he started eighth element. He taken eighth element from anywhere. If we start from this number three, so my eighth element will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. And this 10 number element will show same property with the element which is present in third position. If we will start from position second, so it will show the same property with the eighth element, that is number 9. So Newland's octave law states that when elements are arranged when elements are arranged by increasing atomic mass are arranged according to their atomic mass, according to their atomic masses, the properties, the every eighth element will show similar properties with the every eighth element will show similar properties with the first element. Okay. This is Newland's octave law. Like suppose if we will take example like hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. So here it will come chlorine, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur. So take if we will start from anywhere, suppose hydrogen, so eighth element is fluorine. Suppose we start from lithium, so eighth element is sodium. If anyone starting the counting from beryllium, then it will go to the magnesium, and all of these having the same property. Okay. Now this law was discarded after some time. Okay. So reason to discard reasons for discarding. Okay, ये लॉ तो डिस्कार्ड करने का रीजन क्या था? तो फर्स्ट रीजन तो यहाँ पर कभी भी नोबल गैसेस नहीं थे, ठीक है? हाँ, at that time noble gases were not discovered were not discovered After the discovery of noble gas, this concept of octave was failed. Okay, because on that time eighth element becomes helium and it is showing different property. Like if we start from hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. Now here comes helium. The first element is hydrogen, eighth element is helium, and both of these having different properties. That's why after the discovery of noble gases, this discarded. This law was discarded. Next, this classification of elements. This classification applicable only for lighter elements. Okay. For the heavier elements, this did not work. Even beyond the calcium, it does not work properly. This classification did not work with heavier elements. For heavier elements ये work नहीं कर रहा है. नेक्स्ट हेडिंग करो. नेक्स्ट do heading. Mendeleev's periodic table. नोट डाउन हो गया.
Yes, sir.
कोई डाउट है?
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay. Mendeleev's periodic table. Scientist Mendeleev. Okay. He on that time all the 63 elements known at that time when Mendeleev arranged the periodic table on that time 63 elements were known to him. 63 elements were known to him. Okay. This is the important part. Sometimes it's been asked that how many elements were known to him. That is 63. Okay. So elements with similar properties were put one after the other. Mendeleev arranged those 63 elements according to their chemical properties. Okay. And the properties were the elements with similar properties were put one after the other in the same vertical column. So basically, Mendeleev arranged elements like this, vertical column and row, horizontal row. Okay, horizontal rows तो select करते हुए, ठीक है. This vertical column is known as group and the horizontal columns are known as period. Okay, and the elements with similar properties occur at a regular interval in a group. This is called periodicity of properties of elements. At first, what is Mendel's periodic law states that okay, Mendel's periodic law Mendel's periodic law states that physical and chemical properties of element are the periodic function are the periodic function of their atomic masses Mendeleev arranged those elements according to their atomic masses, and he arranged those elements like in this kind of vertical column and some horizontal rows. Okay, so this vertical column, this is this column. Suppose column 1, this is column 2, this is column 3, and this is horizontal row 1, 2, 3, 4. So vertical columns are known as vertical columns in Mendeleev periodic table are known as group, and horizontal rows horizontal rows are named as period. Okay. Now, when Mendeleev arranged those 63 elements like this table, vertical rows and horizontal columns, he left some free spaces for the undiscovered elements and also left some spaces when some of elements do not show same chemical properties for them. Okay. So he observed that elements with the similar properties will arranged in a same group. Okay. Arranged in a same groups or same regular interval. This is called periodicity of properties of elements. Okay. This is called periodicity properties of elements. So basically elements with elements with similar properties elements with similar properties authored elements with similar properties authored at regular intervals. This is known as periodicity of element. Periodicity of elements. Okay. So Mendeleev arranged 63 known elements into like table form where vertical columns are known as group and horizontal rows are known as period, and he arranged those elements according to their atomic mass and when he arranged those elements according to their atomic mass, increasing order of atomic mass at regular interval similar properties occurred. ओके, सपोज 1 2 3 फिर जो आया वो सिमिलर प्रॉपर्टी शो किया, रेगुलर इंटरवल के बाद वो आ रहा है, तो दिस property is similar or periodic functions as in with their atomic mass. It says the Mendeleev periodic law. Okay. So in Mendeleev periodic law, there was how many groups? Okay. There was actually 8 vertical columns. Okay. These are the features of Mendeleev periodic table. ठीक है. कुछ points याद रखना है. That there was total 8 vertical columns means there is total 8 groups. Known they are group 1 to group 7, sorry, group 1 to group 8. Okay, each of them divided into two parts, A and B, that is 1A 1B, 2A 2B, 3A 3B. Okay. This division A and B is applicable only for 1 to 7, not for the group 8. Okay, group 1 to 7 was divided into two parts. Group 8, or that is known as zero group, after some time it was called zero group. Okay, or it is named as zero group. Okay, and as I told that horizontal laws are period, vertical laws are group. So those are the features of the periodic table. That it consists total 8 groups, 1 to 8. इसमें से 1 to 7 will be divided into subgroups A and B, and number 8 groups is known as zero group. Now, have you any doubt till now? हेलो, कोई डाउट है?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So next, merits of mentally stable. कि मेंटली टेबल का मेरिट क्या है? ओके, so merits हम लोग क्या लिख सकते हैं? Grouping of elements according to their properties. Okay. Grouping of elements according to their properties. According to their properties. Because similar properties of elements will placed at similar position same group. So grouping of elements having the according to their properties. This is the merit. Next, as I told, he left some spaces for undiscovered elements. Okay. Hmm. There was there was space for undiscovered elements. तो ये अनडिस्कवर्ड एलिमेंट्स के लिए स्पेस कैसे छोड़े थे? सपोज मान लो एटॉमिक नंबर अरेंज कर दे 35 के बाद एटॉमिक नंबर आ रहा है 38, बीच में 36 37 एलिमेंट्स नहीं है, जिसका एटॉमिक मास 36 37 होगा, तो कभी ना कभी वो डिस्कवर होगा और उसका प्रॉपर्टी क्या हो सकता है, वो एज्यूम करके उसके लिए एक फ्री स्पेस छोड़ रखे थे। जैसे 35 के बाद दो घर छोड़ दिए, फिर 38 को उसके प्लेस में प्लेस कर दिया, तो जब 36 37 आया तो उसको अपना अपना पोजीशन पे प्लेस कर दिया था। ठीक है। नेक्स्ट, he predicted when he spaced some undiscovered elements, so he predicted that there will be some undiscovered elements, properties of undiscovered elements. Okay, सब प्रॉपर्टीज का प्रेडिक्शन होती है, prediction of properties of अनडिस्कवर्ड एलिमेंट्स। जो अनडिस्कवर्ड एलिमेंट्स है उसका प्रॉपर्टीज क्या होगा? लाइक आफ्टर अल्यूमिनियम द element found, that is alpha aluminum. Okay, and it is placed after the aluminum. After the aluminum means one place below the aluminum. Suppose this is aluminum, this position goes to alpha aluminum, one place below. Okay, and one place below. Lastly, we know that this is gallium. Atomic mass and chemical properties are quite similar to those elements, okay, which will go to this position, that is alpha aluminum, and this element was gallium. Similarly, after silicon, one element was placed, that is known as alpha silicon, and this is germanium, like silicon, then here germanium. This is alpha silicon. Okay. On that time, there was some wrong concept to atomic masses, and due to that, very some elements will have some elements was having the wrong atomic mass. So he basically collected the atomic masses of elements which were wrong, okay, or incorrect. So basically collected he collected atomic masses of elements by placing them by placing them forcefully entered into their forcefully entered into their properties. प्रॉपर्टीज के बेसिस पे उसको फोर्सफुली प्लेस करते जो भी उसका एटॉमिक मास था उसको चेंज कर दिया गया ठीक है डन
Yes, sir.
नेक्स्ट डिफेक्ट्स ऑफ मेंटली प्रेडिक्टेबल मेरिट था तो कुछ डीमेरिट्स भी था ठीक है डीमेरिट्स और डिफेक्ट्स so the first defect was adhering to anomalous pair okay anomalous pair means look at the concept of mentally predictable. He arranged the elements according to their increased atomic mass. Okay, increased atomic mass. So, suppose one element A having atomic mass 39 and another element B having atomic mass 40. So, definitely when he arranged these elements, okay, according to their increasing order of atomic mass. So A comes before B, okay, because A having the lower atomic mass compared to B. So A should be placed before B. But there was some anomalous when he arranged these elements according to their chemical properties. Okay. Sometimes higher atomic masses of elements come before elements having the lower atomic mass. Okay. Come before elements having the lower atomic mass. Some examples such as argon and potassium. Potassium having atomic mass 39, argon having atomic mass 40. So definitely potassium should be placed before argon, but actually argon is placed before potassium. If we see modern periodic table or mentally periodic table, that argon was placed with potassium. Okay, so this is the demerits that sometimes sometimes elements with higher atomic mass was placed before the elements with lower atomic mass. This is example. Next, position of isotopes. Isotopes are the elements, okay, isotopes of an element are the atoms of that element. Isotopes meaning the atoms of elements, atoms of elements having same atomic number but different atomic mass. Isotopes having the same atomic number but different atomic mass. Now think about when Mendeleev arranged those elements according to their atomic mass. So all of isotopes having different atomic mass. So all of the isotopes will get different position in Mendeleev periodic table because they have different atomic mass and they should be arranged with increasing order of atomic mass. But actually don't. Actually there was no space for isotopes. Okay. Okay. Isotopes must have been must be given separate places, but actually they were not assigned separate